to know also the body language. Just try to read them from the first date. The way they're smiling, the way they are touching themselves, where they look, everything. The way they are breathing, how fast, how slow, when it changes. Every detail matters. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing amazing. We are here in Germany, in Düsseldorf for today. While I'm enjoying this city and as much I love to be here right now, I'm thinking why not to talk to you? Why not to do a video regarding the question that you should ask during a date? This one are so important, and they saved my ass so many times before. So first question, what's your future plans? This one will reveal so much, and you can feel in the voice if it's shaky, if he's lying, if he's changing the direction where he's looking plenty of time, if he's nervous. You can feel everything that he's going through and what's his true intentions. Like if he only finds you desirable and very attractive and that's it, or to build a future with you, to have babies, or to have serious plans with you, to marry you, to put that ring on, that he will see you in the future being with him. You can tell if he's stable in his life, if he wants something solid, or if he's just discovering himself, if he's playing around, if he just wants adventure. You can tell by his future plans. Second, what does a marriage or a healthy relationship looks to you? Maybe he doesn't want to marry, and maybe you don't want to marry as well. Not all the people are having this goal in life to marry, okay? But at least to know how he views a relationship that's healthy, how he wants your relationship to be, what's his ideal, what is his starting point, how he wants to build it, where he will see himself with you in the future, and what is he considering being healthy. You need to talk this stuff. You need to see his version. Like, tell me how a day in our life would look. Tell me, in case something happens, how would you communicate? These things are primordial, so you need to know beforehand. Third question, which boundary do you need to set with your family so you can protect our relationship? Yes, you heard it right. Because some people, they allow their families to come into your relationship like fully 100%. You will wake up with his mother next to you, you will sleep with the mother in the next room, or God forbid even closer. So better to clarify if he's this type of guy or if she's this type of woman that is bringing all the time the family members into every argument, into every event, every interaction that you have together. If it's like this, you will not have a relationship only with that person, but with the entire pack. So you need to get yourself ready. So yeah, you need to clarify how many times the parents will visit us, what you're gonna say in case something is happening. Your mother doesn't like me, your father doesn't like me, or vice versa. My parents, they don't like you. How am I gonna react? How am I gonna protect this relationship? And especially in those difficult times when we're gonna have some contradiction, because no relationship is milk and honey. This is an expression, but yeah, no relationship is perfect. So in case something happens, where are you gonna run to tell, and to whom you gonna tell? Will you gonna keep it for yourself, or you gonna spread it with the whole world? This is important. Fourth question, which are your expectations regarding money? Yes. Some people, they like to share 50-50. I don't see myself doing this in this lifetime. But if you see yourself doing 50-50, all good for you, just do it, but clarify it from the beginning so you don't meet someone that is exactly opposite than you. If you are traditional, old school, you want to provide for your woman, for your wife, you are the protector, the provider that a man should be in a relationship, my opinion, no offense, then yeah, you need to let her know and she needs to agree with it. In case she's the opposite, then she will be like, hey, let's split. Then you need to choose. Is this woman the one that I want to marry? Or is this woman that really has the same mindset as me regarding money? Can we build something together? Like even our relationship, how is gonna be? Like if we go on a holiday, who's gonna pay? If you go on a date, who's gonna pay? You need to clarify from before what each of you will bring to the relationship. I'm gonna nurture you. I'm gonna be there. I'm the feminine. Like, this is the highest and most powerful force that you can have as a woman. You give birth to a human being and you bring life to this world. So this is really, really important. But maybe you don't want to have kids. Also, if you don't want to have kids, you need to clarify beforehand. Like, do you think in our marriage we can adopt kids, or are you okay with the idea? Or if you're gonna raise the kids, how are you gonna raise them? Like, which money? How are we gonna contribute for that kid? In case I have a job, in case you have a job, how much you're gonna put on? How much I'm gonna put on? In case I don't have a job also. Better to know from the beginning all the details. Who's gonna bring the money? Who's making the money? Are we making the money together? Are we having the money in common? Are we having our separate accounts, which, to be honest, I recommend fully. And we're gonna have a common account as well, where we can share and split and whatever, so on and so forth. I think these are very important things to discuss about. The fifth question: how will we raise our kids? Because especially for interracial couples, like if you are from a country, he's from another country, he's speaking one language, you speak another language, of course you're gonna have one language in common, but you need to know from the beginning, this kid, which language is gonna speak, which value is gonna take, which school, which religion, what's the set of moral principle that we wanna pass it down to him, like, and from which culture. Like, do we need to teach him both culture? Do we want to? Where he's gonna grow, which country? Like, you need to know exactly from the beginning if you can compromise on that or no. Because these things for a kid, for a child, can be so impactful. He can feel a stranger in his own country or in his own culture if he doesn't know certain things. If he's forced to change schools or countries or environments at a very young age, for him it's gonna be very traumatic experience. Depending how you're gonna react, how you're gonna teach him to behave in that moment, and how did you raise him until that point, which kind of qualities did you pass down to him as well, to his tolerability for risks, for movement, even if he has like a bad time. Let's see, did you teach him how to react under stress? How is he reacting usually under stress? If you panic, he will panic. Like, depends how you manage yourself and know how much you know yourself, because this is the base from where the kid will extract everything. He will be a mini you. He will copy everything you do. If you're good with yourself, that kid will be good. If you're bad, his beginning will be tough. I'm not saying he's gonna turn out bad, because some people, can raise their standards, leave the house and discover a new world, but it's not easy. It's not easy to change if you have some habits implanted at home from when you're little, and you need to change those so you can gain more and develop in life. You cannot do it easily, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Sixth, how do we handle conflict? In case anything happens, God forbid, but things happens, how we gonna make out, and for which reason, which are the boundaries, that we set, and which type of conflicts we do not accept at all in a relationship. Like, I need to tell you from the beginning what's a no-go for me, yeah? Like, I don't want this, that to happen. If it happens, the relationship is over. The contract is done. I know it's like an interview, right? It's like a job interview, and you need to write your own terms, your terms and your partner terms, and you need to come to an agreement with it. But yes, regarding conflict, you need to know each other's styles of dealing with conflict. Some people, they want to talk straight away, everything they think about. Some people, they like just to spend some time with themselves, so they don't say anything wrong or something that can affect the relationship. They need to cool down because their emotion might raise very quickly. They are very emotional, so they need time to collect themselves, and then after that, after a period of time, you need to discuss also, give me 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 day. Depends on the dimension of the conflict, right? So communicate from beforehand, so this is not gonna be an issue when you have the conflict. How we gonna handle conflict, when we gonna talk about it, how we gonna solve it. And first of all, always remember, you are not enemies. You and your partner are not enemies. You don't want each other's bad, right? Nobody wants. You need to find the common ground. You are a team. It's you and me against the problem. Let's solve this together. Let's see in the future, what should I do? What should you do? So we can come to a common ground, to a solution. So things will go smoothly from now on. 7th question. If we need alone time, how are we gonna communicate regarding it so the other partner is not gonna feel neglected? This is really important as well. In case you don't have a conflict, let's say you don't have anything to solve for that day, but you just feel the need to have 1 day off or 2 days off. I want to be by myself. How you gonna communicate to your partner this? How you gonna say it so he's not or she's not gonna be upset? The way you communicate it, I think it's more important than the fact that you're gonna be away from your partner for a bit of time. Also, maybe there is not a specific reason. Maybe you want only time with yourself to collect your thoughts, or only you have a hard time during work, you are stressed, and you feel like having time to think, having time to be by yourself, even for a few hours, is such a good bliss. Because if you live together and if you're too much time spending together, at one point it's gonna become like a bit too much, like a pressure. You will feel it as a pressure if you don't have the time for yourself. That's why, like, at least once a week, just give yourself some time. Like, hey, I'm going, I let you know. You can let your partner know, because this is like normal, human, but you can say, hi, so I need the next 3 hours for myself. I'm gonna go to the library, or I'm gonna go to see my friends, or to pet an animal, to a pet store. Whatever makes you happy, do it. Because without those times with yourself, you're gonna find yourself just going round and round and round in a routine, and you'll feel stuck. You will feel like, am I growing? Do I feel like I can focus on my needs and my internal? Because if you don't have time to listen to yourself and to hear your inner voice, it's really hard to act in accordance to what you need at that specific time, right? So you cannot know what you need if you are constantly, like, day by day next to your partner. It's gonna be too overwhelming, and it's not gonna allow you to have clarity about yourself and your needs. 8. How do you spend your free time? Which are those activities that make your soul dancing? Maybe it's dance. Dancing is your favorite hobby, yeah? Or maybe it's doing yoga, or maybe it's doing some martial sports, or maybe it's playing chess, whatever it is, let your partner know. Maybe you can form a team for that specific game, or if your interests are different, just make sure you know from the beginning if that person can be your team player or no in that specific regards. Like, maybe I can do this activity with you, or maybe I prefer to do this on my days off or whenever I have the time, my free time in a week or in a day, wherever you are away, so I can fulfill my pleasures and my passions without making you feel left behind. I will have my team, I will have my team players. If you want to join, let me know. If you don't want to join, it's okay. But it's good to communicate from the beginning so you know if that person can participate on those activities with you or not. And especially if you find like hobbies that you have in common, I think it's so special. At least one or two hobbies can be very fulfilling to do it with someone that you really love. 9. Do you think a relationship should change your life or fit into it? It's also really revealing what kind of partner that person needs or what kind of partner you need. In case it's gonna say like, I think it should fit into my standards, that means maybe he doesn't want to change not even 1% of whatever he is. Like, we cannot change person, let's clarify this. But if that person really loves you, he or she can change herself, himself for you. If you are the right person and they see something is really annoying for you or something is making the relationship worse, they can do the step and they can change that small aspect. Maybe it's something like, maybe he's messy, he's throwing his socks in the bed or whatever, on the table, under the table. You don't like it, yeah? If you communicate it and that person is doing over again, this is not respect and this is not relationship. Even if he's repeating once and you told him already, that person doesn't take into consideration what you have to say in the relationship. So if he doesn't want to improve, why are you with that person? Don't get it. Like, this is not a healthy dynamic. So yeah, it's good to know it's gonna fit into your life or you're gonna change for it or you're gonna adapt, and how you're gonna adapt and how much are you willing to adapt. This is primordial also to know. 10th question. Who are your closest people? It might be their family member, it might be one friend, it might be 3 friends, it might be someone from the distance, it might be a girl, it might be a guy. You need to know which are those people that they constantly chat with and how often they chat with. If we have some friends, yes, let's say from the opposite sex, how is that interaction? How is he reacting, communicating with that person? Is he overly excited? Is that person single also? This is very important. And which kind of stuff they are talking, like how close they are. Sometimes it's really hard if someone has like a best friend that knows everything about them and you are coming from outside trying to build something and create something on a stable base and like something unshakable. It's really hard to get to know your person if that person is in contact with someone else. I'm not judging here and I'm not saying the friendship doesn't exist, but to communicate like every day, this is something suspicious. You need to pay attention. How is that person viewing relationship with other people and how much attention do they give to you in comparison with those people? How is he splitting his energy and what's the main focus? Maybe his focus is his money, his job, yeah? But beside that, beside the job, you are the one that he's running to after a victory or those people are? You need to know your place so you can choose better for yourself if you want to stay or not in that relationship, what you can tolerate or not. Another important question: what impresses you about a woman or what impresses you about a man? You need to know not their ideal. You don't need to know the entire plan so you can adapt, to find your way towards your person's heart. This is not a, don't do that. Don't do that, because this is a very bad game to play. You're gonna lose and she's gonna lose as well, both of you. There is no win in this, yeah? But you need to know what impresses you about someone, so you know where they put more accent towards, where they put more attention towards. What impresses them the most? Is it the physical appearance? Is the brand that you are wearing? Is your elegance, finesse? It's how you are dining at the table, it's how you are cooking, it's how you smile, how beautiful you are, or how kind you are talking. How is your inner heart? How you are in a relationship with animals, with your parents, with your friends, with his friends or their friends. You need to know which is the area of interest of the other person. If he's saying also only physical, at least you know from the beginning towards what he's more inclined. And what can be also a very big turning point in your relationship in case something happens with your weight, with your beauty, or with whatever happens. In case he's saying he's your brain. I love the intelligence of a woman. I love the ambition of a woman. You know that he might be also an ambitious man. He has this desire to build something stable and fruitful with someone that is like him. You need to know also the body language. Just try to read them from the first date. The way they are smiling, the way they are touching themselves, where they look, everything. The way they are breathing, how fast, how slow, when it changes. Every detail matters. Because if he's saying, oh, I love your kindness, but he's looking into your boobies like this, run away. This is red flag for sure. But if you feel the authenticity of the person and you feel the good vibe and the good energy, you can analyze this based on what you feel in the moment, what you hear, and make the right decision in seeing him again or her again or not. Another good question. If you're able to choose one thing between these three things, what would you choose? Career, relationship, or adventure? In case the first question that we discussed went unnoticed, or he just gave a simple reply, maybe you didn't understand perfectly what he was talking about, you should have clarified though. This one is gonna open a much better answer, much larger explanation that you can assimilate, take it in, and look at it and analyze it better. What the person in front of you is choosing. He wants a relationship, he wants the adventure. The adventure can signify a lot of things. You need also to clarify what kind of adventure. You want to go out on hikes. Some of them, they are crazy about tents and sleeping in the desert and sleeping outside in the mountain. They love this kind of adventure. Maybe you are an outdoor person as well, or maybe you are more on the fancy, elegant spectrum. You need to clarify from the beginning. The way he's dressed right now for the date can be misleading. You don't know if that person is having like different interests, and the adventure signifies something so much more different than yours. So it's good to clarify. He's focusing on what? On career, on relationship, or adventure? In case he's choosing career, you need to clarify in his free time which are his priority or her priority. Maybe he has or she has different hobby he wants or she wants to do. Are you willing to sacrifice that? Or do you want to do the hobbies together? Or which place do you occupy on his or her priority list? This is important. This you need to know. It's basic, yeah? Basic thing, you need to know it on the first, second date. Because he already made up his mind, and especially at the end of the date, after you talk quite a bit and you let him know about yourself, and you can ask from the beginning, like, hey, what would you choose in this period of your lifetime? Because maybe they are ready for a relationship, or maybe they are not, so, and maybe they don't know they are not. But you can notice from previous patterns that you discussed if he's gonna repeat the same cycle, or if he's stepping out of his comfort zone or his old pattern, and he can break the cycles so he can start something on a healthy ground. The next question that I'm gonna tell you, maybe you should ask it first so you don't lose your time. And the question is, what loyalty means to you? If you have your idea about loyalty already formed, like which are non-negotiable, I accept weird phone call in the middle of the night 1 time, 2 times. Do you or not? I accept if someone is sending a lot of kisses and my partner is sending those kisses back. Do you accept or not? I accept or I don't accept the fact that he's going alone with a female outside of his work time just to take a tea in the park and discuss about, I don't know, their workplace or future projects or whatever. I accept or not. This should be discussed, and from the beginning should be put into perspective for both of you. Is this acceptable or not? And you create like at least 10 scenarios. Have in mind 10 scenarios, the one that you are really interested in and you want to know your partner's answer regarding it, and see if he's resonating with your way of thinking. Is he also jealous? You find him possessive or not? Like, you need to find out from these questions. The loyalty, what does it mean, if he's loyal or not? And not only to relationship, because this is going to reflect in his habits. If he's loyal to his habits, if he's loyal to his, I'm saying the healthy one, the healthy habits, his choices, like his non-negotiable, if he's loyal to that, he's going to be loyal to you. If he's loyal to his business partner, parents, everything went smooth, even in the past, I don't find a reason to doubt. But you need to pay attention from the beginning. Prevention means protection. This next question is also a really big one. How do you know you like someone? Like, how do you know? And how would you know that you want that one person in your life, even friendship level? How would you know that that friend can influence or impact your life in a beneficial way? You can highlight all the values that you want into your partner into the answer of this question. Also, you can feel what can trigger your attraction and love and care for a person, so you let the other person know. Not everything, it's not good to spill all the tea, but some specific points is good to let them know, so in case they back out on some things or they step out from proving themselves to you, that means maybe he's not the right one. Or if you see someone exceeding for that quality, you can feel that it's gonna go into the category of close people or really close people, or someone that you can really trust and love. How important is freedom versus stability in a relationship for you? How valued you feel having one or the other? You prefer your partner to give you more space, or are you someone that wants to be there majority of the time? Like, I don't know, you can clarify how long and how often, so you can build something for a long term. Or maybe you have like similar patterns, like you are both wanting your space and free time, and you're agreeing to meet once a week or once every 2 weeks. Having in mind this aspect can save you a lot of time. 17th. This is especially for my ladies, but not only. We can change it, we can adapt it, but for a lady it's very important to ask, what's the role of a man in a relationship in your perspective? Like, what do you think a man is supposed to do in a relationship? He needs to protect, or he needs to provide, or he's there for like offering pleasure or good time? What's the role of a man? How is that man in front of you viewing other men as well? How is that man viewing even his father? But we're gonna discuss it later regarding that. You need to know his vision, his purpose. What is he able to offer? And what is he thinking men in general should offer, so they can create a safety environment for a woman? Because yes, we need to be feeling safe so we can open up. If we don't feel safe, we're gonna be in our masculine and you're gonna see us pushing you away at times, yeah? Being really serious and drawing borders and lines because there is no safety. So what should be provided? You need to ask. Also, we can change the question, gentlemen. You can ask her as well, what do you think is the role of a woman in a relationship? Is she the one cooking, or you don't like to cook? Maybe you want me to cook. You can agree between yourself who will do specific tasks, like who's cooking, who's doing laundry, who's gonna clean, who's gonna take care of the kids, and which time, and how much. All this stuff you can ask beforehand, because it's something that it's so important in starting a really good and healthy relationship for a long term. If you want something for a long term, if you want a fling, just you can even ignore my video. My 18th question: what's something that you are very excited to build with someone? Maybe it's a future plan, maybe he wants a house, or maybe he wants a business, or maybe he wants a family. You need to know as we said, the priority list from before, but we need to know which in specific, which is the goal. Because men, usually they have different goals. Some of them, they really want kids. Do you want kids? Are you on the same page? Maybe he wants only the business and the growth for his financial plans, yeah? You need to agree, do you want the same thing? Do you want to manage money better? Do you want to have that mind-to-mind connection so you can build something more than just romantic? Maybe he's inclined to have a new house or a property. Would you be able to manage it with him? Would you like to involve yourself, or do you want to stay away from it? These things are really important as well. And if that person is allowing you to be a team player in his goal, or if he's taking also in consideration your opinion. So you need to ask in advance, in case you want to be involved with him in his future goal, in future plans. Will he allow you? Can you do it also? Do you feel yourself confident enough that this is the man you want to be with, like this? Giving advice, being there supporting, and having their back in case anything happens. And of course, that person can be your stone as well. 19th. This question is regarding previous experience, so you can see previous patterns. What did you learn from a previous relationship? Or from all of them, if he has or had multiple. What was the biggest lesson? Which were the small lessons? How was that impacting you and changing you? Some people, they change a lot after meeting, because yeah, of course, like we change and we upgrade relationship by relationship, learning things that we didn't know before. Maybe learning patience, maybe learning to be more wise, more calm, more kind. So you need to know which were his previous patterns and how he managed to change them, or how he's working on changing them, and if he wants to change them. If he doesn't, also you need to be aware. And the last question, which is also a really, really good one: what's the relationship with your parents? Yes, both of them. You need to know. You need to know if he's still having both parents. God forbid, but things happen in life, so you need to know if he grew up having the masculine and feminine energy in his life, and which traits he learned from which person, and what did those parents try to teach this person, what those parents brought into his world, his life, her life. You need to know all the details regarding it, and how is the communication level now, if it is any, and also in the future how it's gonna be, like how he's gonna view the relationship with his or her parents. So that was all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it's really helpful. Note it down, write it on your phone, but don't forget to ask these ones because are so important in knowing someone new. It's really, really important.